they're asking us to choose to vote for the president of Walmart or McDonald's. It's simply that. It is a corporation. If you have not seen that, and this whole theater, right? This whole is called the theater of politics because it's theater. If this whole theater didn't show you that, then you need a motherfucking red pill and some They Live glasses. Bottom line, you gotta wake up, because what the fuck do you think the only thing that you're gonna do is have your name on record for what devil that you voted for. That's the only thing your voter's gonna do. It's just gonna have you, when they draft niggas and when they go on record, it's just gonna say you was a Republican, you was a Democrat, these are the niggas that you voted for. It's not gonna change. You're gonna change you. And if you walk around this planet saying that an old white lady who has fucking epilepsy, okay, she can't even stand up, she's a war criminal damn near, she's being investigated by the feds at the end of her campaign. He goes on trial for rape, okay? In December, her husband is being named as one of the people inside of a pedophilia ring with Larry Epstein, who is a billionaire who got convicted of a pedophilia.
Anthem on the track.
King shit. Look. From the city where the bums rich. Skyscrapers block the rays when the sun hits. One time coming, niggas run quick. By the time a baby walk, he got a gun grip. I was made for this. 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 I'm not a product of the cages that they raised us in. Bred to be a king, I'm not a slave to this. I was made for 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 this. I'm not a product of the cages that they raised us in. Bred to be a king, I'm not a slave to this.
They don't know fact from fiction. They don't know the blacks is missing. They don't know they trapped in prison. They don't know the path to prison was a math decision. They don't know the wrath is quickened. They don't know the ass they kissing on the path of mission to put their ass in prison. They don't know black religion, fact and fiction. They don't know mama didn't leave them niggas half the kitchen with half a chicken. Fact or fiction. We still hot, we still noble. Red and blue pill global. No matter the language, we still moguls. We lost Gil Scott, then we lost Gil Noble. Exercise the right to live like it is. The revolution will not be televised, it's being digitized. On the come up, it's like watching the midget rise. Sleeping giants grow another 20 feet tall with each alliance. I could teach the science, I tear an instrumental down before I lay my pencil down. I'm going down to Tinseltown to burn the temples down and cap it off like dental crowns. And my rights still reserved. Fear of a black Illuminati. I might just build with the Bilderberg to come and kill you nerds. I'm shining like a Grammy host on the shores of Miami coast. My Moringa plug looking like Sammy Sosa. The old one when he was well done like Granny's roast. The ancestors sponsor this. I don't know them niggas, all they do is talk that conscious shit. We living it, we in the streets like House of Consciousness. KTL in the ATL, MIA, NYC. Multi-dimension like MIB. We are not the same, I am a sovereign. We are not the same, I am a problem.
I was made for this. 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 I'm not a product of the cages that they raised us in. Bred to be a king, I'm not a slave to this. I was made for 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 this. I'm not a product of the cages that they raised us in. Bred to be a king, I'm not a slave to this.
Let me tell you about the birds and the bees. Hoes flap when you whipping up a key. Don't stop till you froze up your sleeve. Young nigga just chase.
Yo, Pill was good, man. We on the eve of the we on the day after the election. They out in the streets. They mobbing everywhere in America. You know what I'm saying?
Mob.
You know, everybody saying fuck Trump. That's the cadence that's going on around America right now. Seattle, Pennsylvania, New York, everywhere they bugging out right now because they don't want Trump in office, man.
I mean,
but it's done.
First of all, I would say to be careful about the protests that you may see, whether these protests are real or not, meaning are they contrived Meaning, are they a continuance of the theater that you seeing take place? Just pay attention to the theater. Pay attention to the movie. You understand? Pay attention to the movie. So they're cooking, and it doesn't matter about if the protests are being done. The protests are only being done to stoke the flames of this oncoming assault. You understand? This oncoming race war that they're trying their best, their damnedest. It's not about creating it. It's about basically making it, filming it, writing it out, scripting it out, playing it out in this grand theater, on this grand stage, in front of the world, on a global scale. So, you know, this is the eve of a new matrix. We're in a new world. I'm the Red Pill. Pleased to meet you. All right? The day after the election, what day was that? 11/10? You know, 1110, that's a code. You know, our whole program in our software system got updated. Our value quadrupled and tripled on a global scale. Everything that we stand for and everything that we stood for and everything that we about and all the messages and all this cloth talk and everything, the whole aspect of the fact that this election was an election on multiple borders, not just in the White House. Everybody was up for election or electrocution.
A lot of people were saying, you know, we had 9/11, now we got 11/9.
They can say what they want to say. You know what I mean? They can say what they want to say. You know, they're gonna say a lot, but it's about what was being said. That's the key. Who was consistent with the narrative? Who was taking you? Who was even bothering to talk about this when others choose not to? During an election season, who was campaigning? Who wasn't? That's what you gotta realize. Or who was playing games? You know what I mean? Who was invisible? Who was basically after, you know, when people go and race and they're in the race and they have to opt out of the race and you don't hear from them anymore? Things like that. So the thing is, what we've been doing with the narrative over multiple platforms over a certain period of time was preparing the scenario for either or, explaining to you as a result of what's being seen. Fear of a black and more Messiah. Okay, blood moon rituals. Blue Pill told you, he showed it to you. Okay, right there, the continuance of that conversation, of that narrative, explaining and showing what is taking place. Is this not the oncoming of the Crusades? Did you not see this before? Is he not King Ferdinand? Okay, is she not Queen Isabella? I bet you they're gonna join forces. I bet you they'll come together, because what's the conversation today is how do we get along, because we always got along. It was part of the plan from the gate. How do you go from saying he's an open bigot who ran on hate, and then he is feeding the cancer of the country, and he's creating what is known as race relationships to go in the total opposite direction of the man who ran on hope? Remember, it's the program that they're running on. It's not the candidate per se. People got caught up in the personal candidate, which is cool. What's the program that they're running off of? Obama ran off of hope and put niggas under dope and put them in an opiate state. He put them to sleep, because when you run off of hope, what the fuck? What do you think happens in hope? Niggas is hoping. I hope things get better. I hope they love me. I hope white people don't beat me up. You niggas had it. You couldn't carry the weight under the Obama administration. The level of pressure that was being applied to you, there was, in military terms, you know, soft war. You couldn't take that pressure. Now, you niggas is coming into a new, you've entered into a new era. The system has upgraded on some iOS type of shit, on some Matrix type of shit. Matrix responds, so the whole system has upgraded. And what did we show you in the Fear of a Black Messiah? There's a bloodlust, an inherent bloodlust that they have had for centuries. Qualified it, showed you. It started a very long time ago as a result of both jealousy, fear, envy, hatred, genetic inferiority. Because there was no white superiority in the regions, in all regions of Europe. during the rise of the black messiahs, the rise of these black empires, the rise of these African dynasties. It darkened all of the shores of Europe and everything that they came into contact with, because remember, in this race, we're the race that can run through all races. We'll run right through them, literally. They'll cease to exist, because when they procreate with our seed, there's no longer it's no longer a member of the white race. We take one out of their race. This is a race. Niggas is doing the Running Man challenge, so you have to assess where are you in the race. There's no need to panic. Just assess yourself in a race. Where you at, Usain Bolt? Where you at, Tyson Gay? Huh? Where you at, Running Man? Where you niggas at? Huh? 100 miles of running. Where you niggas with attitudes at? Huh? Because if you niggas with attitudes were really in your motherfucking feelings, then a lot of shit that we're going through right now, we wouldn't be going through. That cloth talk that motherfucking Pilgrim is talking about wouldn't have you niggas shaking in your boots. That Yosemite Sam talk that you niggas can't seem to handle, you niggas will have responses to that. You niggas don't have rebuttals to that. Go holla at Smack. Go talk to the niggas on the URL. Go talk to the guards that are update. They got rebuttals. They have no fear. They tear them up, okay? But you niggas don't. So the gangster rappers like Lil Wayne, he skateboarded already. He's gonna go. You're gonna see how niggas upgrade to the program, the running system called America. You're gonna see from this day forward up into, you know what I'm saying, up into January, because they cook for the whole Jason thing. All right? They put black nationalism in a pot. They put a whole bunch of shit in a pot, and they were cooking. They were cooking over the summer. All right, we showed you that in the lecture. The lecture will be in full edit, and we're going to Atlanta. We're gonna do it in the A with some of our people, because it's so hard to get our brothers to lend a helping hand. I don't have no, you know what I mean? The support in my campaign, I would say, was me and some dedicated wizards that kept the planets afloat, my children, you know what I mean, my family, and a few other people, few and far from that inner circle. Very small number. And the supporters, very, you know, significant numbers, and the people who believe in the initiative, those who fed the Facts Initiative, which is only at a stack, and I'm asking for only 10 racks. But they gave fucking Lil Wayne $150 to come through and cast spells on them niggas by putting them in lack, huh? Keeping them in B-lack. So you got a lot of traders that are around you, racers, in this race that we're in. It's a lot of niggas tripping you niggas and saying to the white boy, come on, boss. Come on, boss. That little nigga at the end of Nat Turner's movie. Yeah, those niggas. All the littles. All the littles. I come from the land of the bigs. That's why we took you on top of this fucking mountain in Mount Morris or Marcus Garvey Park. It's right here that the gods and the earths, you know what I mean? They tore the tower down. Look how the devil played. This shit is now this is a playground of iniquity. Niggas acting Roman, okay? You can't be caught on top of this mountain. These Greek niggas took this shit over. But there was a tower, a water tower. You could Google this. This is where the gods and the earths resurrected their movement, like on top of Stone Mountain when the KKK resurrected their movement on top of that gigantic piece of quartz in the land of Atlantis in Atlanta, in that red clay, in that mud that's alive. You know what I mean? That Mars-like clay, and that shit is a quartz. And the Confederates took that over. That is a Confederate town. They're surrounded by Confederates. God bless all of the family, but they need to know that. And that's Cobb County, that's motherfucking Clayton County, okay? That's Conyers, all right? And all of these other places, Marietta, Gwinnett, anti-nigger machines, okay? KKK surrounding the perimeters, and they put the fucking Greek and the Boule in charge, and then they got the Moles who are Greco-Roman in their nature, okay? They're the eunuchs, they guard the gate too, all right? Because that shit comes out of that whole Greek fresh freaknik shit. There's an energy mixed in with what happened in the 1980 child murders with Wayne Williams, which was really the KKK doing what? doing the sex rituals. What are you talking about? Go and read the records about what happened during the Atlanta child murders and some of the heinous things that were being done to those young men and their phalluses, the kind of sexual abuse that was taking place, the kind of deformities that was taking place. That was KKK operatives putting terrorizing and doing spells, as you see come out now. When during this investigation, when they just scratched the surface, keep in mind, they just scratched the surface. You niggas gotta peep with the WikiLeaks. But we pulled the covers off a long time, but we understand. The crackatosis, niggas' pineal glands is calcified by so much whiteness, the white sugar, you know, the white flour, the white rice, that white girl, that white coke, them white pills, that white Xanny, that white Oxy. You understand? That white sugar. But most importantly, that white Christ. Because the belief in that white Christ is going to put you in a place where you are going to see the people who that Christ is attributed to, who he is that he shares her gene pool with, that he is their equal as white people. That is a misnomer. We all know there's no such thing as white people. No, people are not that color. They're not white. If they are that color, they're sick and they're just pale. Okay? All right? No. The Europeans or the Pilgrims or the Caucasians, the descendants of the Caucasoid Mountains, because we identify people by their descendant land. No, these people have a nature that is anti-life. They have a nature that is very destructive. They have a nature that is very anti-nature. They are the ones who are out here hunting game. These are the gamers. These are the hunters. These are the hunter-gatherers. These are the people that have bloodlust. The way that they're able to calm down their bloodlust that they have for Africans or people that are melanated is through the gaming and through the hunting. Okay? All right? And through the Hunger Games. You know what I'm saying? And through a lot of the bloodletting that they voluntarily go around the world and do to get gripes off and to take advantage of people who are less informed, or they don't have that messianic force, or they don't have that kind of, you know, they're not tied to a certain bloodline or certain kind of energy or just a certain kind of whatever in order to see the enemy for what it is. And then there are those that do, and they light fire to these niggas. You understand? You know what I mean? Yeah. These are the people who the Pentagon has put out a memo. They leaked the memo to talk about the perpetual war. The perpetual war is the war in the slums. The war in the slum is a precursor to this quote-unquote Holocaust, whatever you want to call it, New World Order, all of this shit that our people been cooking up. Because if this is a holographic universe and a lot of things have been contrived through the minds of our people, like predictive program, like if you see it on The Simpsons, the power in animation is that shit is able to cast spells way that moving pictures or motion pictures don't. It goes deeper with the animations because where they fit the shit through the frames of a moving picture, the subliminals, they draw it in the animation. They put it within the whole animation. You understand? Amongst other things. But what you see take place in this whole experience that we're seeing with predictive programming. Oh, it was in Back to the Future. Everything from Back to the Future began to take place. Oh, you know, they were predicting that the Cubs were gonna win. They were talking about the hoverboards. They were talking about the Nike with the mags. They were talking about all kind of things on point, right? So if that's the case, then let's talk about the predictive programming in slave movies. Let's talk about the predictive programming in Nat Turner. Let's talk about the predictive programming in fucking 12 Years a Slave. Huh? Let's talk about the predictive programming in some of the quote-unquote books that we read, like Rex 84, like Behold the Pale Horse, like the shit that some of these people who may be the same people, okay, they the same people. If they not in these books saying that the black man is God and giving undeniable proof and talking about who we are and our relationship to the whole story, giving you real cloth, the real jewels, not half of the movie, not 30 minutes of some Netflix and chill, but the whole stream. They're not giving you the whole stream. These niggas are they're piecemealing you and giving you segments and sound bites of your history in order to keep you in a subservient place. And these niggas have apps and they have plugins and all kind of other shit to accommodate the spell. And they just plugging all of them in at the same time. So it's coming in through the media, it's coming in through the movies, it's coming in through the online content, it's coming in through a lot of shit, it's coming in through the religion, it's coming in through the advertisement. They're advertising all kind of crazy shit, speaking to you in all kind of subliminal ways, suggesting that you niggas are in a perpetual state of fear, or in a perpetual state of fuckboy mode. Okay, all right, tapping into those tendencies that a lot of niggas have inherently, because they've controlled, they've programmed, and they that's how they cook niggas. That's how they have put it forth. All of the water, the fluoride, the foods, the GMO. Okay, the programming from the media, the dumbing down, have niggas in a silly bag, in their Go-Yard bag. Alright, we tell niggas go bring the fucking bag, secure the bag, the niggas bring back the Go-Yard bag, the Louis purse, wanna spit the Huey verse. No, we ain't talking about that. Why are people so silly? Why do our people take this shit for such a game? Why are our people playing games? Why the European or the cracker is getting in game, he's getting on code. This is what you're gonna see. We've been telling you, Tariq Nasheed been telling you, you're gonna see all of them on code. They're slowly beginning to switch back over. They're going to obey anything that the system, they're gonna adjust to the system. And they're gonna get on code. These niggas are gonna get on code. You're gonna see some shit. These niggas will get on code like this. This the proverbial what? Agent Smith in the Matrix. Keep telling you niggas, you didn't want to listen to the red and the blue. You listen to motherfucking Cypher. Okay? That's who you was listening to. Niggas that want to eat the steak. But when we try to tell you, this shit is not for everybody. This is the Matrix. Niggas in Zion is watching the Matrix. Alright? You gotta understand, this is the Matrix. This is Neo in the Matrix. This is Trinity. This is Morpheus, P. Morpheus. This is Trinity. This is the Neo. The Neophytes in the Matrix. You understand? What work are you putting in this Matrix in order to rise up? In order to do what it is that it has to do, is, you know what I'm saying? In order to tap into that godlike self, into that neo self, into that self that you adjust the matrix around you. You're getting the keys and you're opening doors. You're making things manifest with your mind. You're challenging the system. You're challenging the program or the algorithm. Okay? You are shaking the pillars just with your presence. You slowing time down, speeding it up, telling people the things that have come beforehand, telling them things that happened beforehand. Okay? Being able to do all of that because you know that you could go through all time zones with the mind. All is mental, all is mind. They playing mind games on these niggas. They got these niggas in mental slavery. Fuck physical slavery. You don't need that. That's not a requirement. Why? What's physical slavery when we have you as a mental slave? But what does this era gonna represent? It's looking like, I mean, according to, you know, what he said and what others have echoed, is looking like a time of, you know, they're going to try to reintroduce an era that predictive programming have made a lot of people comfortable with, have put a lot of people have implanted into a lot of people's subconscious. Go watch Dr. Strange on some Inception shit into their super consciousness, that you were groveling slaves and that you were on plantations and that you were subservient and that you were obeying and that you were a bedwench and that you was a fuckboy and that you was a traitor and that you was all kind of things and that you was uneducated and ignorance was bliss and you was a predator and you was a victim and all of these other things and you was weak and you was apologetic and you wasn't great and you was just black and you had no nation, and you had no language, and you had no culture, and you was not fucking being fruitful and multiplying. All of these things. This is like the negative confession of, you know what I'm saying, the 42 laws of these streets, of this time and this era. It's about the now. Yesterday was part of your documentary. It doesn't matter, okay? It's about the now. So fuck what a nigga did a year ago. What are they doing now? So this shit is, you know, this is our time. Adversity, you know what I mean? Adversity is something that makes man rise amongst the mice, or makes men rise amongst the mice. You know what I'm saying? The Jed pillar is a symbol that speaks about the strength of one's back. It speaks about the strength that one must have in order to be a king, in order to be a Nesut, in order to be a ruler. You know what I mean? In order to be a boss. You know, as a people, and not as all of the people, because the numbers that we need is the numbers that we got, and the numbers that's here already. Niggas don't need no miracles, as you can see. That number, that side got numbers, and you niggas is, and niggas that don't got numbers is shook. I got numbers, so I'm not shook. You understand? I know that the numbers is in the billions. You feel me? Because this is a global movement. So globally, it's more people that are going to, you know, they're gonna go on the frequency. They're gonna tap into a frequency. They're gonna tap into an energy. They're gonna tap into a force. You understand? Where they're gonna be able to manifest and do what it has to do in order to prosper, in order to move forward, in order to be winning in this reality. Regardless if this whole shit crumbles and falls apart. It's happened on many different occasions. There was about 6 Neos in the Matrix. So, you know, I'm aware of who's changing the code. I'm aware of who's upgrading the program. I'm aware of who's programming the algorithms. You know what I mean? And I know what is how's it going, because I sat at the feet of master teachers. I was patient. I was listening. I was learning. I was applying the wisdom and the magic that they gave me. I was becoming Dr. Strange. Okay? And you know, and it is what it is. So I prepared for a reality of when Hillary won. I prepared for a reality of when Trump won. I put it in one of my rhymes. I predicted it. Nah, I got witnesses. Okay? You know, everything that was taking place pointed into a Trump direction. All you got to do is review the tapes. The powerful thing about narratives, the powerful thing about this new era of black journalism, okay, all right, conscious journalism. I mean, we're still searching for a proper term. We encourage those that are out there that are part of this intelligentsia, that are part of this, you know, fraternal order of masters of an invisible in the invisible realm, because this is cyberspace. So this is the invisible fraternity. Okay, this is Fight Club. All right, this is the invisible fraternity, or the invisible fraternal order, or the invisible whatever, you know, empire, whatever you want to call it, you know, because based on the people that I've encountered, I'm like, okay, this is Fight Club. You know, when Tyler Durden was on the train and niggas was looking and they nodded him with the black eye, like, I'm on the train.
You know what's up.
You know what I mean? People of all, believe me when I say it, people of all, everything are like this, giving me the head nod. But they know that Agent Smith is on the train. You understand? And they understand what's going on, and they know where they at. The problem with a lot of people is they didn't know that they were in the Matrix. They were in denial of the Matrix. You know, our value of who we are, and I'm not saying this on no arrogant shit, because I don't got to get in my arrogant bag. I could stay right in my humble duffel bag, right in my bean bag, and the shit still resonates and it makes sense. There'll come a day, okay, where you'll get that. But right now, we're just gonna talk to the people, because they may be a little shaken up. The reality of the fact is, our people were under the impression, the illusion of inclusion, right? Henceforth the word the illusion, meaning the matrix, meaning the lie, meaning the false, meaning the veil, meaning the smoke and mirrors, meaning the motherfucking okie doke, right? That's the illusion of inclusion. Inclusion being that you're part of the system, or you're part of the party, no, or you're part of the race. Because you saw a race. This was the race of all races, right? Black man was in a race. Niggas ain't even give him no water. They didn't mention him. He wasn't even in the race. But there was a race before, in these 8 years of this operating system that we were all running under, called the Barack Hussein Obama Hope and Change program. Okay? You have to assess what happened in change, what change took place. Change is painful. Okay? Change is something that is constant. Awesome. Change is one of the only things that really matters. You can see it as evolution. Great. All right, what change has taken place in these 8 years? We have to do a review. That will not take place on this camera at the moment, mainly because that is such an extensive topic that I wouldn't even give it to the outside. We out here on this on the top of the mountain, which is cool, but put us in a setting. I need to show you this shit on 100 inches. Let's really tap in to what it is that needs to be tapped into. I'm talking about if this is what Lil Wayne and them is doing, this is how much y'all paying him for him to come and see you. All right, well, I want double that and put us on a stage bigger than that. That's where it's going, that's where it's headed, and that's what's required, because it's all about valuation at the end of the day. Fuck what that nigga's doing. What about the value of those in your community who mean more now? Because guess what? The rappers, the actors, the athletes, everybody showed you during this whole time of this election. It's election time. It's electrocution time. Because niggas got cooked this season. And they cooked themselves. Facts. So it's a selection, it's an election, and it's an electrocution. All right? So it's a surge or a purge, but it's a surge in an electrifying surge. They said there was he surged. He fucking surged, and the country is red. It is all fucking red now. Red. Okay? Red. Red. Root chakra. Alright? They put the blue and the red against each other. And you didn't have to play the program. The program is playing with you. The program, you're part of the matrix. So the matrix played an upgrade program. Which operating system are we going to run under? They chose the operating system that they're going to run under. This operating system is an operating system that is akin to the operating system that Adolf Hitler ran under. Alright? We're talking algorithms. We're talking code. That's why I say code. T says they on code. I'm saying they're on code. They're on algorithm codes. It's the silent body language. They speaking. Okay? They cloth talking. They're on code. Watch them all get into code. What is our code? What is our street code? What is our code of conduct? Huh? What is our operating code? How are we going to get on code? That's the conversation that got to take place. You have to say, look, there's a group of people amongst us who have been contributing not only a narrative. I would never relegate it to anything as a narrative. The narrative is an update. The narrative is a speech. The narrative is us kicking it. We kick it. If people don't know, they like, damn, son of them is on film a lot. Family, I do this shit 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I'm talking. I'm just building. You don't see me with computers and papers and I'm all in these books. The majority of the lectures, we're just basically answering these questions and building in the streets like we do anyway. It doesn't matter. I'm being recorded by NSA. I'm being recorded by fucking the Hubble. I'm being recorded by all of these other people. They got all of the footage on me 24 hours a day.
Your cell phone
you only get you only getting an hour of cloth. They get all of the cloth. You understand? They got terabytes of cloth. All kind of fabric. You know what I'm saying? I'll just be like, yo, if anything ever happened to the God, I'm like, yo, just put all the transcripts out. Let's just get the cloth. Because I was saying a lot. So I'm saying that we have these convos, but these convos are akin to manifestation, because we're not just talking. All right? We're not just talking. We're prophesizing. We are tapping in to a higher power. We are doing something that a lot of people are not doing. Okay? we're manifesting our role in the mythos as the twin pillars, all right, as the Ibeji, as the Heru twins, as the super Herus, as the red and the blue. Everything is red and blue, okay? In the law of duality, you just identify two extremes. You might be the white and the black. You might be the gray and the brown, or the gold and the maroon. Don't feel like you're left out. Everybody plays their own part in the duality. It's just that we got the red and the blue. It's two of us. You know what I mean? And that's what we're playing out, and we're letting you know that this is definitely time for you to tap in to who it is that you are and what it is that you manifested to come here to be. Don't come crying to me. You know what I'm saying? No pity parties. I'm not doing that. I went through 1 day of that shit. I agreed to go through 1 day of that. That's the day after the elections. I came out of the studio at 6 a.m. I got on the jump off, and the motherfucking fear, the look on these niggas' faces, the feeling was so thick that you could have sliced that shit with a gem star.
Was that real?
Son.
Because for me,
they was in it. They was like this.
Damn.
The smell of defeat on these niggas. So I was like, yo, alright, I get it. I'm the patient. I'm the patient one, but I'm not the patient one. Okay? Like I said, credit check. It's time for a credit check. That's all I'm saying. I need to check my credit. I need to check my credit because I know things had changed after that day. All right? Because everything that was said is on point. Don't get mad at me. Do not get mad. I see it for what it is. I know that the energy was headed in the direction where it was going to show that these motherfuckers are gonna pull the mask off all the way as a whole. Remember, a few of them were pulling the mask off. That's the shit that riled up the rest of them. They like, I like this shit. I appreciate this show. I see how the solution to everything that we've been trained to get ready to do is unfolding.
Let me tell you about the birds and the bees. Hoes flap when you whipping up a key. Don't stop till you froze up your sleeve.
All in your neighborhood. Y'all call it regentrifying. The gentry. You better go and research who the gentry is. Meaning that they're re-soldiering. They're gentry. They're in your hood. The soldiers are there. If they push the button, what do you niggas have for that? Live in that reality for a moment. Let that shit download. Let it sit with you. If they push the button and tell them niggas to turn op on you, what do you have for that?
I need a dark piece of Fonto. Had the blinds going blind, looking for narcos. Whipping the tar slow, scale it out, zipping and imprinted with barcodes. Fuck a runner back in the Civic, whipping the car slow. Can't go outside for a broad though. Might come outside if he want for my young boy. He testing me already, know he gon' want more. Cause my dope it be at 9. Watch the big fish on the hook, it might be a line. He was on the wrong corner, he smoked, homie a dime. We all for the quad 9. Acetone it down, we rock it and let it dry. When it hit the block, it's all gon' fly. Never ask questions and we never ask why. I said it's all gon' fly, but we never ask questions and we never ask why. Let me tell you